Good morning, investors. Welcome to the 28th of March 2014 market review. As you can see, the Dow Jones, the S&P and the Nasdaq, the American markets closed a bit negative on Thursday evening. The Dow Jones closed minus 4 points. That's on 16,264 points. Let me show you on the chart how it looks. It's currently trading between this red and this green line, still in movement. As it comes to the red line, it comes a bit down, currently testing this 16,300 level here, but it's getting close to this bottom of the green line as well. It shows you that it's actually getting narrow between the green and the red line. They're getting closer to each other. If you put this on a week chart, you can actually get this confirmation of the red and green line getting closer to each other. So we need to see what direction this market could take in the next few days. To see better direction for a break up or break down happening in the short term. Going back to the newsletter, shares to look at is AVI. That's it on a daily graph. You see this downward cycle and then the upward cycle. Please keep note of line A here. That's a level of 56.50. This share did break up heavily at this time. Big highs on about 58 rand levels here. You can see it confirming this 58 rand levels. The newsletter is actually saying is if the share comes down and it breaks this 56.50, there could be a possibility of this share starting to go down in the short term. And the levels to look at after it breaks this 50 close to the 56.50 would be approximately 56.28, 56.18 to almost a low of 52.20. The stop loss to look at if it doesn't want to break this line and go downwards and it goes further up is 57.56. That is the current stop loss or exit level if the share doesn't want to go down. Next share is called Northern, NHM. And as you can see, this is the blue line of the share price. It come down a lot in almost the end of February of a lot of profit taking. Currently this line A here is called 40 Rand at this stage. The share's got the possibility most probably to break this 40 rand if it can bounce through this red line upwards, and that levels will be 47.5, 41.15 to almost 48 rand. Please take note, if it doesn't want to break this line upwards or this red line upwards, your stop loss level could be 38.60 in the short term. Let's go and look at the JSE top 40 shares index. As you can see, a little breakdown. I'm going to zoom in. There's the breakdown in the negative channel. There's currently the green line for positive channel. Do you see this green line here? That's the 21-day moving average and this level of 42,500. Would this index come down and test this green line, we could see most probably an upswing happening as well. But the channel is still positive. But I'm confirmed by looking at this, it confirms to me, Jacques, be careful. There could be a breakdown to 42,000. If it doesn't break it upwards, downwards, it could go up to almost 43,318. I want to put this on a weekly chart. On a weekly chart, you can see this breakdown and then the break up happening here. So we need to see how the American markets are going to continue following the markets in the short term for better direction for the next few days. Let's go and look at some shares quickly in the retail department. Shoprite, beautiful, breaking up here between the red and the green line, testing the 89-day moving average. It's awesome. Still breaking a bit up. Shares recovering very well, trading at 154 rand 20 at this time. Next high could be close here to about 156. Let's see where the share could take us in the short term period. Just want to look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart is still showing there's the 21-day moving average. The share did bounce here close to the 200-day moving average. If it can go back to this 160 level, it will be awesome on the weekly chart. Woolies is still just breaking up in this positive channel. Still trading above the green, the red, and the purple line. That's the 21.89 200 days. I'm going to put this on a weekly chart. You look at this weekly chart, look at this beautiful upward trend. The next high on this chart could be about 75 Rand, and it's currently trading close to the 72.80. That's on a weekly chart. So there could be a bit of upward movement on this share in the short term. Mr. Price. Mr. Price is still struggling at this time, still trading a bit of sideways, uncertainty at this moment. Keep a close eye on this one for any breakups through this levels here back to 161, 162, or if this one needs to come down, it breaks this 150 back to 142 in the short term. Truist did very well so far. Sideways channel breaking up, breaking here to the 76.50 levels almost. Next high of expectation is 82 Rand. On a weekly chart, you will see it starting to break this green line upwards. Next high close to the 80 Rand level. So that's a nice confirmation that there's still a bit of movement in the share to go to close to this 81 Rand levels in the short term. Discovery. Looking at Discovery, yeah, there's the breakup that we were waiting for. Big question is, can this hold this and go back to here to the 83, 84 Rand level? Looking at this weekly chart, it did break this 80 Rand level. Yes, the 84 Rand level. This is the highest we're waiting for. If it can go and break to these levels, it will be awesome. And this share could start rallying. If it breaks this 84 Rand level back to the 85 Rand level, and you can see it on that previous highs there. Banking sector. Barclays. Barclays did very well. Came close to the 151 levels as expected. Big question is now, would it come a bit down? And most of the times when it trades, it comes a bit down, not a lot, but it got more upward swings in the short term. Weekly chart, look at this beautiful upward channel here. Next high about 152, 155 on the weekly chart. Capitec. After the results, look at this, 195 as expected. Look at this previous highs, it's on the top of the channel. If it can break this 195, definitely it could go back to the 200, 205 Rand levels. Let's go and confirm this with a weekly chart. On a weekly chart, beautiful. Testing this 195 levels, and the next high could be approximately about 203, 205 if it continues to break up in this short-term period here. Let's go and look at MTNs. MTN getting a bit of a highs in topish moment here. You can see it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tops at this stage. Big question is, can it come down? If it breaks this low here, and that's on a level of 210, you could see a bit of downside movement happening. But it's still here trading at 213.50, 213 Rand 50 at this moment. Look closely, look at this 211, 2010. Beautiful on this channel here. If it's going to break it, it could go back to the 204 levels here on the weekly chart. So keep a close eye on this trade as well. It seems to be exhausted at this moment in the short term. Vodacom as well, struggling to break this 150 levels at this moment. Still in the positive side, going upwards. Let's go and look at this weekly chart. It's showing it on the previous one here. In the previous high, 129.44. Can it break up to this high and come down again? But still positive. Very high to buy at this moment. Anything could happen with the share. Imperial. Looking at Imperial. There's the breakup. Look at this green channel happening, going up here. Beautiful. Next high is about 182, trading at 176.20. Weekly chart. Weekly chart shows this 180, 182. That's on the green line moving average. Could be the next high if the share continues to go upwards in the short term. RLO. Roynet, look at this share here. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top. Next high, 65 Rand, trading at 63.51. Let's go and look at this weekly chart here. If you can break the 64, next high on this indication is about 66. But it's still in a downward channel. We need to see if the 65 could be tested here. And that's the 21-day moving average green line here, confirming. Let's see if it can break up. Traders, enjoy this Friday. As you can see, no changes happened with the MPC meeting, and but there could be expectations in the next 2 months of increases happening in the markets if the economy is continuing to do as it's doing now with all the strikes at Impala, the rand and dollar movements. So keep a close eye on the market. Enjoy your Friday.